Guys, let's talk about Mohammed Kudus. The coach of West Ham, Graham Potter, has given an update concerning Mohammed Kudus, who missed West Ham game against Wolves. We are going to talk about that and also talk about his new agency. I'm sure most people do not know he's been represented by a new agency. We are going to discuss all that live here. We're also going to talk about Thomas Partey and Arsenal, the win they had in the EPL yesterday against Fulham. Talk about Lawrence Ajakum, what he's doing with Saka and the big win he had. We're also going to talk about Ebenezer Anan attracting interest from big clubs in Europe, Ibrahim Siddik, amongst many others. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You're watching SportsCornerGH. Quickly, let's jump into it and begin with Mohammed Kudus. Yesterday, West Ham played against Wolves. And when the match day squad came out and Kudus was not there, a lot of people were worried. People were asking questions. People were even speculating that, oh, maybe Kudus, something serious had happened to him. And I came here and told you guys that we need to wait. We shouldn't speculate. Maybe it is not what we think. Let's wait for the coach to come and give us an update concerning Kudus. By the end of the game, West Ham lost by 1-0. And for me, at the end of the game, I was telling my friends that, see, if Kudus was in this game and West Ham had lost, they'll be blaming Kudus that, Kudus this, Kudus that. It's not in the game. So right now, they are not blaming anybody. But after the game, this is what the coach of West Ham had to say, Graham Potter. He says that it was difficult. We lost Mohammed Kudus to an injury yesterday. Jean-Claude Todibo as well. We had to readjust very, very quickly. This is coming from the coach saying that Kudus was injured, but he did not add the injury Mohammed Kudus picked up, how long he's going to take to recover. Those were a few things I wanted to know, but then he did not state that. The only thing he said was that Kudus was injured. Now, extra information we had concerning this was that Kudus did not train a day before the game. So it could be something serious, it could be minor, but then we'll wait for West Ham to give us a final report concerning Mohammed Kudus, if the injury is serious or a minor one, if it's going to take very long for him to recover or within a short period he's going to recover. Those are things we really want to know. But then guys, this is the update that has to do with Mohammed Kudus, and this is coming from Graham Potter himself saying that Kudus got injured. So the speculation all out, this is coming from the horse's own mouth. Now let's move away from West Ham and talk about Kudus himself. Now, Kudus has a new agency called Roof Agency. Now, Roof Agency represents a lot of big-name players, especially in Europe. They represent Kai Havertz, they represent Ademola Lookman, they represent Adeyemi, Harvey Elliott, Virgil van Dijk, and even Ghanaian Black Star player Ernest Nyama. Yes, Roof Agency represents him too. And now they represent Mohammed Kudus. The latest update we are picking on Kudus in the transfer market is that we all know his release clause of 85 million euros. Now, what we are hearing is that the agency says it only applies to European clubs. Clubs coming from Saudi Arabia, their price is different. Now, what we hear is that Alnassr has started their enquiry about Mohammed Kudus. They have started calling West Ham. The last time we spoke about this, I told you that they were preparing a bid. They were preparing a bid of 84 million euros. Now, what we hear is that they have started making enquiries to West Ham. And what we also hear is that his new agency, Mohammed Kudus' new agency, is stating that Kudus' release clause only applies to European clubs. If you're a club coming from Saudi Arabia, your price is also different. So guys, this is the update I'm having for you from Mohammed Kudus. He was first being represented by his family members and everything. A lot of people spoke about it, but the good news is that he's now being represented by Roof Agency. If you go to Transfer Market, transfermarkets.com, you'll see it's the Roof Agency. So guys, that is the update that has to do with Mohammed Ronaldinho Kudus. So guys, moving away from Mohammed Kudus, let's talk about Thomas Partey and Arsenal. Partey is doing extremely well. This is a player who, in the international break for the Black Stars, played 2 games. And each of the game, he played more than 70 minutes. For a player with injury history, you'd be expecting that he will not play too long in a game, especially in the international break. He played more than 70 minutes in those 2 games. Now, he returns back to Arsenal, plays like he never left, controls that midfield, helps Arsenal win their game. And you see, Arsenal are preparing for their game against Real Madrid the next week in the UCL. And I love the fact that Thomas Partey, Ojina Hopington, Rock of Ages, as old as he is, he never changes. I'm telling you, bro. See, Thomas Partey is doing the elementary things you expect a midfielder to do. And currently, if you are talking about the best DM in the English Premier League, is Thomas Partey, unless you did not watch that game. Arsenal versus Fulham, Thomas Partey was just all over. And you see, both social media and Arsenal fans are questioning Arsenal themselves, like, what is happening with his contract? Can't you guys come to an agreement and keep Thomas Partey for, let's say, a year or two or something? Entice him with something, because Thomas Partey is clearly the glue that holds that Arsenal team together. If you see the tackles he does, the blocks, the passes, my goodness, see, Thomas Partey was excellent and would pain me if I don't talk about him, because yesterday I didn't get the chance to talk about him after the game. So I'm talking about him now and the way he played. Real Madrid should be very careful. Thomas Partey on a very good day, bukayo Saka back. Arsenal might cause an upset in the UCL. I'm telling you, I'm just saying it here. Bookmark it. Arsenal might cause an upset in the UCL. Now let's move away from Thomas Partey and Arsenal and talk about Lawrence Ajakum, very young boy. He had the opportunity to play with the Black Stars during the international break, had his chance, played with against Chad, and then returned back to his club side, Safelbrook, performs very well, scores a goal and an assist in their last game. And what we hear is that he has been voted Player of the Month at Safelbrook in the month of March. Excellento. Player of the Month. See, me, I'm really happy for this player. See, the player did extremely well. He did what he had to do. And for me, I'm just happy that this player is getting what is coming his way. With the Black Stars, he was excellent. I wish, next time to call him. But with Safelbrook, we are all seeing it. That Sharon boy is from my area. So for me, I'm happy to be talking about this player the more. Lawrence Ajakum being voted the Player of the Month of March at Safelbrook. Excellent for the player. In the month of March, he played 5 games for his club side. Currently, Safelbrook are competing in the promotion relegation playoffs in Belgium. So guys, this is the update that has to do with Lawrence Ajakum. So guys, moving away from Lawrence Ajakum, let's talk about Ebenezer Anan and the interest he's getting from a lot of clubs in Europe. Now, this player currently plays for Red Star Belgrade. But then the first half of the season, he went on loan at OFK Beograd. Now, upon his return, he had a chance to impress all the coaches at Red Star Belgrade, and he's been a regular for them since. This player is doing extremely well to the extent that he earned a call-up to the Black Stars. And his performance did not go unnoticed. Rangers in the Scottish League are interested in the player. In fact, they have started talks with Red Star Belgrade to sign Ebenezer Anan. And for me, this is really, really good news, because you want to see more of our Ghanaian players playing for big clubs. Rangers is a very big club and it's an upgrade from Red Star Belgrade. So for me, this is a very good news for the 22-year-old. We are going to follow up on this and bring you more updates concerning Ebenezer Anan, who has been identified as a key target for Rangers for the summer transfer window. Now, let's move away from Ebenezer Anan and talk about Ibrahim Siddik. Ibrahim Siddik is doing wonders in the Eredivisie. He plays with Ajakum. And this player got injured. Now, upon his return, he's banging in goals or giving an assist. Now, upon his return, he scored a goal against Ajax. He scored a goal against NEC and also gave an assist against Warwick. This is a player who is performing very well. If he doesn't score in a game, he makes sure that he gives an assist. And I'm sure Otoado and the rest of the technical team are taking a look at Ibrahim Siddik and how he's performing. This guy is so good. And for me, I'm just happy that he's performing very well, playing very well, enjoying his football, because normally when players come back from injury, they have to readjust. It takes them some time to readjust. But this is not the case for Ibrahim Siddik. In the last 3 games he has played for Ajakum, 2 goals, 1 assist, which is very, very brilliant in my own opinion. Goal contribution 3. And it's very excellent to see a player enjoying his football again, back from injury. So guys, this is the update I have for you concerning Ibrahim Siddik. Let me know your thoughts about all this. Kudus, Partey, Lawrence Ajakum, Ebenezer Anan, and also Ibrahim Siddik. Let me know your thoughts about all this down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me. My name is Adam. I'll see you in the next one. Charlie, we go vibe.